Hello friends and welcome to Storyteller Plays Vintage Story. I was going to skip this world creation thing, but then I thought it's probably important, and if I'm recording it, I won't miss anything. Because last time I created a world, I forgot to enable underground farming. So, I'm not going to make things too easy on myself. I'm going to give myself an hour to retrieve items after my death, because this game has a lot of traveling and I'm an idiot. I also get easily distracted. Cave-ins are disabled, sand and gravel obey gravity. Lung capacity is normal, player lives is infinite, etc, etc. Underground farming. Body temperature, I'm going to make myself a tiny bit more resistant to the cold. Creatures are aggressive. Let's go ahead and give myself a 5-day grace period, because I'm an idiot. Creature strength, leave that as is. Hunger rate, I'm going to turn that down to slightly slower. Health regeneration, leave that the same. Walk speed, I'm going to change that to slightly faster, because I don't know, I feel like it's always too slow. Let's go ahead and turn tree growth to slightly faster. Tool durability, not going to mess with. Mining speed, not going to mess with. Node search, not going to mess with. Global deposit, let's go ahead and change that to 120, not too high. Color accurate map, blah 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 blah. Lore content, might as well leave that on. Clutter obtainable, I'll leave that as it is. Some of the stuff I would like to pick up, but I can get as far as making glue first. 10 to 20 days, that's fine. It wouldn't interfere with the grace period at all. Rifts are visible. Sleeping during storms is disallowed. Let's go ahead and set temporal gear respawn uses to infinite, just because. Realistic land cover, I'm going to change that to 80% land cover scale. I will leave that alone. Upheaval rate 30%, leave that as rare. 1 million blocks, 1 million blocks. Another thing I did was I changed surface tin to rare from extremely rare because I'm really bad at finding tin. And I don't think I'm going to do an entire series on this, but I don't want it to be a huge pain for myself. You'll get it. Auction house, land claiming, that doesn't really affect me. I'm going to turn off class exclusive recipes. Apply that. Peaceful cave story. This is not a peaceful cave story at all. Let's go ahead and name that Carcosa and get started. Create world. Alright, did it resume recording? Yes. Okay, so, restore last session. This is what my character looks like. My adorable kobold. I don't remember the name of the mod or the mod maker, so I will link that in the description. If I remember. Maybe a pinned comment. Anyway, I'm going to go with Clockmaker. I usually go with Malfactor, but I don't like how the mask looks on the kobold model, which is a bit petty. But I've also got, what is it called, turned on to where I can craft anything, so I don't need to be a tailor or a blackguard. So Clockmaker's fine, even though the outfit kind of sucks. And where am I? I'm on an island. Map. Is that a rift? Sorry, I gave myself a grace period, so I should be totally fine to stand in this. Is that another rift? Anyway, I'm just going to stand in here, go a little bit insane. Settings. Turn that up. VRAM warning. Where are you? There he is. What do people call him? Dave? I think he's the Thunderlord in the game. Look at that guy. Dude's tall. I want a small one as a pet. Anyway, I'm going to change my settings back down and get out of the rift. Let's go with 320. I don't know if that's what it was, but that's what I'm putting it back down to. And I can find out what kind of biome I am in. Loose flint, not helpful. I say biome, I mean like the rock type in the area. What is this, conglomerate? Uh-oh, how do I say that? Paradite? Paraditite? Paradwite? If you know, you know. Anyway, I don't plan on doing like a full series on this, but I wanted to do a video on it because this is a very good game. What's up here? Is that chalk? If it's limestone, that's great. Because I plan to set up shop somewhere near spawn, but I also want to head north. Oh, that's not. This is lake ice. I have my spawn set up somewhere temperate, but I guess this is high enough. Yeah, that's just paradite gravel. I guess this is high enough to be considered a mountain. That's neat. My character is slightly more resistant to the cold, so I should be fine to just hang out up here. But I wasn't expecting to see ice so close to spawn, considering I'm in a temperate biome. And there's snow, which I can scoop into my first weapon. Shift, right-click. I do want to find another rock type. I'm not the biggest fan of the color green, so peridotite, whatever it is, not my first choice in rock. In fact, I would like to get somewhere with basalt. I'm not overly... That's not true. I'm super picky. Okay, I can't scale down here. I have to be careful, because fall damage is a very real threat to me right now, even though drifters are not. Bears are also a serious issue. The number of times I've been killed by bears is too many. Actually, that's not entirely true. The majority of my deaths are to gravity. Speaking of gravity, gravel obeys gravity, so that was a pretty risky move. I still can't get down. Ow. This is a legit strategy. Okay, I made it down. We keep heading north. I will keep my eyes peeled for berries and such. Something to keep me alive while I'm looking for the location of my first base. I also need crop seeds. Unfortunately, as a malefactor, or as a non-malefactor, I won't have as good of foraging rates. But if I can just get some basic food to get me started, I turned hunger rate down by a tiny bit. Ooh, what are these? Whoop! Oh, it's rye! None of it's ready, but I can probably get seeds. Never mind, there's some of it ready. And I can get seeds. It's going to be a while before I can turn this into dough. Can I get seeds from this? Yes. Rye is a really hardy crop, so finding this is kind of a godsend. Whichever god, just pick one, I don't care. Because if I come in here to tooltips, cold resistant until -12. That feels way more cold resistance than usual, so I think that making myself more cold resistant made everything more cold resistant. What is this? Is that tin? Ow. Olivine. No. Okay, full disclosure, I don't know what tin actually looks like. It's been a while since I've seen any. Last time, I finally made bronze, I used bismuth. Which makes sense. I tend to set up in basalt areas, and bismuth is just a lot more common there. I don't know if you can find tin at all. At least in basalt. Anyway, I'm going to mark this on the map just because it's neat. Let's go ahead and do that. Call it olivine. I promise I know how to type save. I'll come back for that. Probably. Most likely not. But it's on the map. More peridite. Peridotite. I hate how many T's there are in that word. Alright. I can nap this stuff though, which is good. Let's go ahead and pick it up. I just need a bit to get started. And I also need sticks to make tools. And then I'll be golden. For now. Honestly, I don't have that much of a goal at the moment other than just head north. And pick up rocks and head north. Ooh, a big hole in the ground. Nothing for me down there. Alright, I don't need this many rocks. I think 2 more and then I'll have it stack. I need to find cattails. Ooh, another rift. I need to find cattails and... What am I talking about here? Food. So I need a stick to make a knife. Thankfully you can get sticks from this branchy soil. Actually, you know what? That's what I could do. Instead of losing focus repeatedly, I can go H. Tutorials. First step, start the tutorial. Want me to use WASD to move around, space to jump, shift to sneak, hold control and W to run. Hold Alt to release your mouse, you can move that around, click here to continue. use E to open your inventory. Go to your character inventory with C. Find nappable rocks. Here we go. Collect them. Oh. Wants me to collect them first. Like that. Nappable stones. Or flint. There we go. Now I need 5 sticks. Just the most interesting tutorial I've ever seen. It's super helpful, but I understand the basics. I'm mostly doing this for your benefit, not because I'm really stupid. Alright, I just need 2 more sticks. Even though I clearly already have 5 sticks on me, the ones I found before the tutorial don't count. 1 more stick. I should have known I couldn't get sticks from that. Birch leaves. Branchy birch leaves. Alright, napping system. What does it want me to make first? Let's go ahead and plant these. Ba-ba-ba-ba. 2 stones. It wants me to make nappable stone and blah 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 blah. Flint blade. Well, this isn't flint. Hopefully it's fine. I promise I can read. Boom. Oh, cool. That did count. Let's go ahead and put that there. Not where I was trying to put it. Get a knife. Welcome to the Stone Age. With your knife, you can collect reeds or cattails or papyrus. That's tool. What do you get out of tool? What is this? Just grass? Oh, thatch. Nice. I need the sticks more. Can make a thatch roof. That's not something I usually have. I tend to set it a lot further north, so I don't have any nice things. I do usually have easier access to cattails, though. I'm going to have to find those. Already getting pretty darn hungry, despite my reduced hunger rate. There we go. Let us find some cattails, and then I'll pick back up. I'm not liking the look of the borders of this map here. Alright, there's more land further down. The last thing I want to do is have screwed myself over by deciding I wanted oceans. I wouldn't be surprised. I can't see in there. And I've not made an axe yet, so I don't have access to a torch. I would like inventory space, which is why I'm looking for cattails. I will once again pick back up if I've found any. It's not a whole lot, but any cattails is a good amount of cattails. If you can get 10, you can make yourself a little hand basket, which is increased inventory space. So hopefully there's at least enough of that here. You occasionally get more than one from a single cattail, but I think that luck was based on my character being a malefactor the last several times I've played this game. Watch me just stare out towards the reeds. Oh, you can make a basket. E, so it's a U shape. 2 in each. Don't forget about food. Collect tin berries, mushrooms, wild crops, or other edibles. I will do that. Let me just collect the rest of these reeds. There are a bunch of cranberry bushes here, which I think are easily the worst of the berries you can have access to. But they're all flowering, which means I can't harvest them anyway. What's my character doing? So I'll have to keep looking around for food. I'm going to continue collecting cattails and grass, though. Collecting that grass was 100% intentional. Ooh, blackcurrants. Hell yeah. As a goth, this is my favorite of the berries. In fact, I'm going to just take these bushes with me. That one's flowering, so taking it with me now is a bit silly, but I want it. Let's go ahead and craft 2 more baskets. And then get on our way. I'm going to keep... Oh, no, those are red currants. I'll leave them alone for now. A raccoon! Raccoon's cheap food. Easy to hunt, too. I will leave it alone, though. Let's collect some berries. That's what the tutorial wants of me. Is this more rye? Feck yeah. Time to invent fire. Alright. Let's go ahead and do that here. There are trees around. Thankfully the rain won't put out my torch, even if it doesn't stop raining before I finish here. Put that there. Collect more dry grass. Whoops. The grass will grow back rather quickly, mind you. But I don't like destroying the grass roots, because it'll take longer. Let's go ahead and start the fire. Make an axe, ahead. Break more grass, even though I just said I try not to do that. Shovel head, I want an axe. You know, the stone's not as green as I remember it being. Maybe it's more green once you start, like, crafting with it. Let's go ahead and make this axe. Boom. Fell a tree. The tree will be quicker to cut down if I break some of its leaves first. And I get more sticks and seeds from it, so let's go ahead and do that. I prefer to build with walnut, which finding walnut trees is on my to-do list, but maple is better than birch for now, so I would like to be able to replant some of these if possible. And spruce and oak are better. If I remember correctly, we get a lot of wood from oak trees as well. But it's all about the aesthetics. Practicality be darned. Okay, now you can create firewood by putting the axe above it like that. Boom. Collect 2 logs. I already did that. Why did those 2 logs not count? I'll cut down another tree. Ooh, another rift. Ooh, pine. Pine's good too. I'm starting to think I don't have an attention span. Actually, I know I don't have an attention span. Hi-ho, hi-ho. It's off to work we go. Yeah, this is taking quite a bit longer because I didn't destroy the leaves. It will fall, though. Give it time. Sometime this week. Not too immediately in episode 1, assuming this does become a mini-series. Compare this game to the other block game. Sweet. But I've tried in the past to do a Minecraft Let's Play, and I just have trouble filling the gaps. I don't want to turn all of this into firewood. There we go, I'll turn as much of it as I can. I want to keep 1 for panning. In fact, I'll show you now. If you take the log like that, and put the knife to the side of it, you get a wooden pan, which I shouldn't have done, but it was taking up the same amount of inventory space anyway. If I need more space, I can get rid of that gravel I don't know why I have on me. There we go. Craft a fire starter, which is stick grass. Oh great, I am running out of inventory space. But probably because I have that slush on me. I don't know if I can eat that. There are more reliable ways to start fires in the future. Come on. There we go. I can put this down by holding Control-Shift. There we go. Yep, it wants me to make a torch, which is one of those reliable ways to make fire in the future I was talking about. It is a stick and 2 grass. It very specifically wants me to light this by putting it in the fire pit, so I'm going to do that. You can also light it by holding Shift and right-clicking. Is that going to get hot enough? Oh, there we go. Congratulations, you now have the basics of know the basics of vintage story. This starter tutorial is concluded. For our next steps, check out the starter guide and progression guide. I can't read. How do I close that? I probably just have to go into H. Stop tutorial. Alright, we successfully did the tutorial. My fire was put out by rain, but the torch will not have that same problem. In fact, my torch will stay lit almost indefinitely unless I place it on a wall or I get it in water. Which I won't. I'll try to not immediately do. I don't want to end the episode with just the tutorial though, so I guess I'm going to collect more reeds, make that final basket, and then continue heading north, looking for somewhere that I want to set up base. My computer is running out of space though, so I'm going to pause the recording and just hope nothing interesting happens. With monster spawns off, nothing should happen the first night unless I run into any wild animals that will maul my face in. But I can probably outrun them. Alright, I'm pausing the recording now. Alright, I'm unpausing the video. I haven't found where I want to set up my base yet, but I want to show off this oak tree. Look at the size of this thing. It's even got mushrooms on the side of it. Are they edible? Whoop. Minus 40 HP. They aren't. I'm not going to eat that. That would immediately kill me. But I am going to mark this oak tree on the map, because if I can get some acorns, which are weirdly hard to get. Oak. Where's the tree? I'll mark it with that. No, that's better for fruit trees. Whatever. If I can get an acorn, which for some reason has a really low drop rate, I can use oak for things. It's not my favorite type of tree. Like I said, my favorite type is walnut, but I'm unlikely to find walnut trees for a while. So, I'll try to get oak. Oh. I heard a pig scream. Anyway, pausing the video again. I really like this world generation. Like, what is that? It's just a floating island. I mean, it is very much connected to the ground. But not in a realistic way. Also, what was that? Some kind of demon? It was just a wild animal. But it sounded like some kind of demon. I just need to find a way around, because I need to keep heading north. It's my goal. Alright. Whoa, it just grew right in front of me. A cherry tree. I don't know what kind, but I will mark it on the map. Maybe it doesn't even actually grow cherries. But I will mark it regardless. Cherry tree. Save. I'll even give it a little apple icon, because it's maybe actually a fruit tree. Anyway, this is not a good place to set up. I'm in the middle of wolf and bear country. I wasn't expecting to find any basalt, really. But with the exception of a couple of places, like I think over here is mostly granite, and then there's a patch of granite over here. From spawn to all the way this far north, it's just all peridotite, however you pronounce it. Oh, a trader. And a dead rooster, partially eaten by another creature. It's exactly why you don't want to live here. Well, I haven't seen you around before, you just wake up. I think so. I might still be dreaming. Ha! This ain't a dream, stranger. At least not one you'd like to be in. I've seen worse. The air, the sun, the fields. How can it be real? They give you a tired smile. I can see it, friend. It's real. But it's treacherous. Demons stalk the land, and the world itself shifts. Got anything to trade? This guy is a local goods trader. He will buy diamonds and stuff. And blue clay. I don't have enough to sell to him. That's something I didn't show off as I collected blue clay. Granite. Alright, I think that I'm going to set up in a granite biome. Probably over here. Since it's near wolf and bear territory, but it's not in wolf and bear territory. As I find another dead bird. But I'll just dig a pit, it'll be fine. I want to set up somewhere relatively close to water, and I want to keep my eyes open for any medium or high fertility soil. Probably going to have to go out of my way to find high fertility soil, so it's a bit unrealistic, but an NB can dream. I'll sweep more blue clay. Fire clay would be nice. Aesthetically, I prefer the blue stuff. Ooh, where are you? Farming vessel. Yeah, life is short. I'm going to break it. Might get more good seeds. Who knows, might even get some high fertility soil. I don't think that can be in a farming vessel, but it would be cool. Got a bunch of flax fibers, which aren't useless, but I wouldn't consider those farming-based, really. Anyway, I'm probably going to set up around here. This place looks nice. It doesn't have the right type of stone, but it's got water. Maybe that water's not as useful, but I can pan inside of here, and even wall it off to be relatively safe. More farming vessel. What are those? Let's get rid of this gravel. Oh, flax twine. That's even more useful. And a scythe. Maple seed. I'm going to plant that here. Drop that on the ground for now. There's plenty of maple trees around, but you can never have enough. Collect these, and I want that scythe. So I'm going to sacrifice that knife. I'm going to probably set up around here, yeah. I can even make a little panning place down here. I'll show that off in the next episode if I end up recording another episode. Who knows? I might look at the length of this recording and think, I'm not editing that, and boom, no series. Ooh, this is a really good find as well. You can put a torch in here and then it will never burn out, where normally if you place the torch it'll burn out in 2 days. So yeah, this is a really good find, even though I don't like granite. I like it more than peridotite. At least I don't have to not know how to pronounce it. Unless I'm pronouncing granite wrong. I don't know, that would be embarrassing. Anyway, like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. Usually I would link the game in the description. I can't recommend this game enough. But, visit farewell. If this video gets any attention, I'll record more. Might record more anyway, you never know.